I want to read you a story. This is from John chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no more wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does that have to do with us? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do it." Now there were 6 stone water pots set there for the Jewish custom of purification, containing 20 or 30 gallons each. Jesus said to them, "Fill the water pots with water." So they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Draw some out now, and take it to the head waiter." So they took it to him. When the head waiter tasted the water, which had become wine, and did not know where it had come from, but the servants who had drawn the water knew, the head waiter called the bridegroom and said to him, "Every man serves the good wine first, and when the people have drunk freely, then he serves the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This is the beginning of his signs Jesus did in Cana of Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. I marvel at Father's word. This is the beginning of Jesus' signs that he did, and it's no mistake that his mother set the pace with the most important instruction of all. Instruction for each of us in following him. In verse 5, whatever he says to you, do it. I've imagined what it would be like to be a servant in those days at a wedding. This was a big event. There were people who came from all around. Things had to be planned carefully. If someone were to run out of something, they didn't have stores to go to replenish those items. The last thing that the head waiter would want to happen is for it to bring shame to the family for things not to go right. And what about the servants? Were they slaves? They don't know Jesus. And then a woman comes to them and says, "Whatever he tells you to do, do it." Oh, good. There's somebody here that knows something. There's somebody here to help us. Where is he going to send us to go get more wine? Can you imagine how their hearts fell when Jesus saw the 6 stone water pots? That's 120 to 180 gallons of water that would be needed to fill these pots. Well, they couldn't just crank up the garden hose and fill those pots. That was a lot of work. And besides that, it didn't make any sense. That's one of the first lessons that we learn in following Christ. We're going to be asked to do things that don't make any sense to the world. But it's important for us. Whatever he says to you, do it. I can imagine what might have been going through their minds. Oh, we are going to be in such trouble listening to this man. What's going to become of us? What of our families? What if they're so embarrassed that they sell us? What if we're beaten? And yet they obey. But now, as if that weren't bad enough, the next thing that this man tells them to do is to draw some of the water out and take it to the head waiter. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to be beaten. My family's going to be sold. We're going to make this family a laughing stock. And yet they remember the words of the woman. Whatever he says to you, do it. They take it to the head waiter and he's amazed. It's the best wine he's ever tasted. What just happened here? Who is this man? Brothers and sisters, trust him. Whatever he says to us, let us do it. Let us walk in faith, believing. It occurred to me that during this act of obedience, the miracle occurred. What a joy it is for us to be used in this way. Walk by faith and not by sight. Sometimes the way is scary. Sometimes the way is unknown. But we know that he has saved the best for last. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Lord. I will trust in you.